ahead and get started on building the battery box. Was gonna work on all the shift linkage stuff, but cannot find the shift lever that came off of the bike, so ordered another one for that, and then I'll be able to get all that hooked up so we can shift. But for the meantime, just got done drawing up this battery box. Gonna go ahead and get it cut out, and then we keep going on this thing. Uh-oh. I screwed something up. Okay, should work this time. Had to rewrite it. Well, got it to finish cutting. What happened is it threw an error. It went to Pierce, and the little limit switch in here was reading that it was still contacted because the metal had a little bit of a bow in it, and so I didn't have the settings quite right. And when it pushed back up against the torch, as the torch came up, it never reached its initial height value that it wanted, so it threw an error. So I just had to restart it from that spot and ended up with a battery box. And I just got to bend it up and tack it together. Well, I finally had some time to get back on the mower. It's been about a month since the last time I worked on it. Ended up sick and then got behind with work, so been playing catch up. Finally got back on this thing. So I got the rear lifted up, tires off, axle slid out, so I can build the tensioner for the rear chain. Got it all drawn up and ready to cut out, so we'll go ahead and get this thing cut out. Once this thing's done getting cut out, we'll get it cleaned up. It's gonna go on the inside of this bearing here, in between the sprocket. Come forward, there'll be another sprocket up here, and then there'll be one of these adjustable rods that runs up to the tube here to tension that chain. So, well, I don't know what I screwed up here, but something happened. May have to change the tip. I cut pretty much all of a 4x8 sheet of 3/16 plate. I was building a custom bumper for my older brother's Tundra. I'll throw a little picture up here on the screen of that. And so I got a bunch of practice with this plasma table and the software. I've been happy with it so far. I'm sure the tip's probably just worn out because it looks like it's cut almost an hour of torch time. Keeps track of it here, so 52 minutes and 303 pierces, so I'm sure it's probably time for new consumables in there. I got it all cleaned up, got the nuts welded on there. This thing is gonna sit in here like so and get bolted on. The nuts are the perfect distance to take up the space between this surface and this surface, so it should sit all tight together. I think that was the best way I could come up with to do this and have it all clear. It'll make more sense when I put it together. Well, got the rear tensioner in, the upper mounts welded on. Should be all good. Nice and easy to tension. Ended up adding a second one of those pillow block bearings because they rotate in the housing. So the second one will keep it from rotating. May end up eventually adding in a brace or something from here to there just to help kind of stiffen all this up, because 3/16 might not be quite stiff enough. Otherwise, I guess if I bend it, I could always make it out of 3/8 or. Pretty excited about how this is coming together. The plasma table is making a huge difference, and being able to make these parts definitely speeds it up a lot instead of having to cut all these tabs by hand and everything else. So we'll keep going. Well, moving on to building these spacers out of some nuts on this. I need to space a 1/4 inch bolt into a 5/16 hole for the shift linkage. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these on this little lathe I got. Had my buddy come help me yesterday get it set up a little better because it was very sloppy. Had lots of slop in all of this stuff. So he helped me get it all figured out. So now I can make these spacers that I need. Well, got those turned down how they need to be. Basically what I'm doing is working on the shift linkage, and I need it to fit this heim. So yeah, all good there. Got to get those nuts off and then put them on the bolt that's going to be going through there. The reason I need this to be a 1/4 inch bolt instead of a 3/8 bolt is because it's going to bolt through the shifter arm, and where it needs to go through, a 3/8 bolt doesn't leave you enough room for any material. So I'm hoping that a 1/4 inch bolt can go through there just fine and not have too much material removed from the arm. And it has to go this far up because that's the only spot where it clears the case, but it'll make more sense once you can see it in there. But right now it's a little too hard to try to hold everything and show it. So we'll get this arm drilled and tapped and get it put together, and then I can show you. Well, I got the shift linkage all put in there. As you can tell, there's not a whole lot of room in between anything, and that was why I needed to use a smaller bolt too, was to have enough clearance for all that. So the shifter's all hooked up now to the factory deck height. You can see the rod down in there. The rod's all hooked up to the factory deck height adjustment lever. I made a stopper to go on here to keep the lever from rocking around too much, and so you can only go as far as it needs to go to shift, and then it hits a solid stop. Did that so I don't end up with a bent shift fork like we did on the Odyssey, because the lever's so long, you have way more leverage. So I played around with it, got it dialed in to where it has just enough throw to shift and no extra, because I don't want to have to pull the transmission apart in this thing too. Well, now that all the chains are done and all the shift linkage is hooked up, basically next thing is going to be electrical and fuel. Well, here's the mess of wiring that came off of the bike, at least the stuff that I have that survived. I mean, there's still a lot on the engine as well, but I'm gonna go through and start cutting all this up, get rid of everything that I don't need. I'm not gonna have gauges or lights or any of that on the original harness. So I'm gonna just start going through, chopping all this up until it's what I need to be able to make it run. Well, out of all of that mess of wiring, this should be pretty much everything I need. Igniter box, rectifier, or voltage regulator, whatever you want to call it. The plugs to go into stator, alternator, whichever one this thing actually has. And then just some power wires. These are for the coils. Ignition power, battery power, that's pretty much it. Of course, I'll have to put a fuse block in, which I'll probably just reuse this little dinky thing for now, because it'll work just fine. I don't know why all of these fuses are 30 amps with these little tiny wires, but that doesn't matter. But I don't have a starter relay to be able to wire that in. And I need to figure out how all I'm gonna do this. I need to get battery mounted. I was gonna use one of these aux beam switch panels with this fuse box and all that, but it'd be I think a lot less stuff. This thing just takes up a lot of room, which usually isn't a big deal, but this thing's not very big and I'm running out of room, so I'll probably just go with the standard key. When I put lights in it, I'll throw a toggle switch on for some lights or whatever, but it'll be, I'm gonna try to keep this thing as simple as possible, so I think I'm gonna end up not using that on this one, but I'll definitely use it in the future. So no big deal there. I gotta get coils mounted up. Got these ones. They were just some cheap coils that I got to replace the broken ones that came off the bike. And then fuel tank still fits. There's not a whole lot of room for the front chain to clear. So I'll probably build some sort of a guard to go in between there just so the chain doesn't eat the bottom of the gas tank, because that wouldn't be super awesome. But either way, I need to get battery mounted in the next video, and I'm gonna try to get all the wiring and fuel system hooked up and try to get this thing started. Hopefully the next video, this thing will be running again, and then it'll just be a whole bunch of welding. Of course, I never finished welding all the exhaust or steering, or nothing is really finished welded on this thing. So once I get this thing started and make sure that stuff is gonna kind of work how I want it to, I'm gonna go back through and weld everything up fairly good before I go try to drive it around. So if you're not, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It helps me out. I'm really trying to get back into this, but I've been really busy with work and all that. So if the more people that are subscribed and watching the videos definitely helps. And just want to say thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.